Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey for second half action. The Pope John Lions freshman football team against the St. Peter's Marauders out of Jersey City. Mike Formisano here calling today's action. Thank you so much for joining us. Unfortunately, not a great score if you're a Pope John fan, as St. Peter's from Jersey City leads 20-0 as we start the second half. Let's go over the roster for Pope John. We start with number 0, Yaz Register. Number 6 is Giadora. Number 18, Michael Marston. Number 19, Vic Fiore. 24, Vincent Jessamaria. 29, Aiden DiOlivo. Number 30 is Carter Johnston. 31, Seamus Corcoran. 34, Joey Lebrano. 35, Tommy Walton. 40 is Nick Sadowski. 45, Andrew Jessamaria. 55, Sutton Fullwood. 59, Ryan Watts. 67, Landon Hendricks. 68, Riley Watts. 70 is Emilio Barranco. Number 72, Mike Morelli. Amir Young and Jacob Post both not playing today. Jacob is recovering from an injury from last week. We'll be back next week. Head coach of the Pope John Lions freshman football team is Christian Vosa. Assistant coach Jack Morelli. Trainers Gerard Graziano, Jordan Martin. And the athletic director for Pope John Athletics is Brian McAleer. I'm Mike Formisano. We are here live at Pope John High School. Second half kickoff coming from St. Peter's to Pope John. The Lions in their home white jerseys trimmed by blue and gold. Blue numbers, Pope John on the front, Faith Family Football and the cross on the back above the numbers. Golden pants and the golden domes. And they're going left to right on your screen. St. Peter's, the Marauders in their maroon jerseys with silver trim and silver helmets. They're going right to left. Second half underway. High end over end kick all the way down to about the 15-yard line. Received by Seamus Corcoran. Cuts to the sideline, now back to the middle. He's looking for the middle of the field, and he is flipped over by number 20 for St. Peter's. And that is where Pope John will start from the 27-yard line. 1st and 10, Pope John will take over. So we'll see the fortunes of the Lions now as they start with the ball in the second half. They didn't have one offensive play in the first quarter. They got the ball a few times in the second, but couldn't get anything out of it. Here's Register to the right, trying to cut towards the near sideline, the near hash mark. He's only able to get right to the middle of the field. Maybe to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2nd and 10 for Pope John. Fiore coming back in the huddle. 20-0, St. Peter's leads. Lions have to get on the board quickly here in this third quarter. Get themselves back in this game. Get a couple of defensive turnovers or stops. Fiore in the gun. Takes the snap. Drops back to pass. Rolls to his right. He's going to keep it. He gets to the 30 and steps out of bounds before being hit by number 33. So a gain of about 2 by Fiore. And that'll bring up 3rd and 8. Lions have another game next Thursday down at Red Bank against the Carries, the Red Bank Catholic Carries, on Halloween afternoon, 4 p.m. Please join us then as we'll bring coverage to you from Red Bank. And then the final game of the regular season, November 7th at 4 p.m. against Don Bosco. Fiore rolls to his left, fires down the field, looking for Corcoran. It is incomplete. Towards the sideline, the ball was going out of bounds, so Corcoran had no chance on it. That'll bring up 4th and 8 for Pope John. So, as far as Pope John football is concerned, the varsity team tomorrow night, Friday Night Lights, against the St. Pete Marauders, a varsity schedule team. And that will be at Cabin Point. So a road game for varsity Lions, and then the junior Lions, the 13U season has been completed as they fell in the playoffs this past Sunday to the Orange Bengals in the Pop Warner League. And then the 11U team, they may have an exhibition, I think, November 4th they're looking for against Mount Olive. And if they do, we'll bring that to you. The 2 more games in the freshman football schedule after this. Lions are now 5-2. They're looking to go 6-2. We've got some work to do. Across the flat to Aiden Dialivo, and he's got the first down. Dialivo taking it at about the 33-yard line from Fiore, racing up the middle towards the far hash mark, and gets across the first down marker. So good run after the catch by Dialivo. And first down, Pope John. So on a 4th down play that Pope John desperately needed, Fiore and Dialivo get the job done. 1st and 10 from the 42.5. Fiore in the shotgun again. He's been out of the shotgun most of the game. Registered to his left. Fakes a handoff. Fires down the field to Corcoran just over his reach. Incomplete. Missed Corcoran's left hand by about maybe 6 inches. 2nd and 10. As far as varsity is concerned, I think they have 2 more home games. They got the road game tomorrow. They've got homecoming coming up on November 2nd. I think they may have a game November 9th, but that actually may be. I think the homecoming is against St. Michael's out of Virginia. And that may be the end of the varsity schedule, if I'm not mistaken. So tomorrow's game and then homecoming. Hand off the register up the left side near hash mark. Bounces off a defender and rolls down to the 48. 3rd and 5 for Pope John. They have to get the ball to the St. Peter 47. Football season is winding down here. As soon as it begins, it seems to end. It is to the late stages of October. We've probably got another month of fall before the cold winter winds come in to the northern New Jersey area and start to turn this whole landscape into a winter wonderland. Not yet, though. Not yet. Still plenty of fall. And it was 78 degrees the other day. I could not believe how warm it was. Fiore fakes the handoff. Now flips to Corcoran on the reverse. Corcoran fires downfield. He's got him in. Complete. Number 35, Tommy Walton, makes the catch at the 30-yard line. What a play by Pope John. First down, Lions. And it's going to be all brought back on an illegal procedure. No. Yeah. Penalty against the Lions, and so that'll bring everything back. Wow. Talk about deflating. The referee's coming to talk things over. Ball respotted at the 38-yard line. So the penalty against Pope John negates that beautiful pass play from Corcoran to Walton. It was on a reverse, and Corcoran just dropped back and found Walton down the far side. See if Pope John can do it again. 3rd and long. Fiore in the gun. He's got registered to his right. Fiore takes a snap and to register. Register up the far sideline. He's got about 5 or 6. Finally brought down at about the 45, maybe 46-yard line. So not nearly enough for a first down. But I think Pope John is pretty much in 4-down territory anyway. 4th and 7 officially from the 46. Lions continuing on this drive. They want another play after this. They got to get the first. Fiore fakes the handoff. Now across the middle of Corcoran, just out of his reach, over his hands, and incomplete. And that'll be a turnover on downs. So the penalty flag, a killer for Pope John, and that will give the ball back to St. Peter's. First and 10 from the Pope John 46. You see how the game can change on just one penalty sometimes. You know, you're not saying that Pope John will definitely get into the end zone there. The ball was at the 30, so there's still a lot of ways to go. But it's first and 10, momentum, a lot of things breaking for Pope John at that moment in time, and it was all brought back. Here's a snap, number 11. He'll roll to his right, finds a man on the far sideline. It's incomplete. Pass number 37, it was behind him. So I'll bring up second down. No, you can either lament the penalty and hang your head about it, or you can get out there and play and try and get the ball back. And that's what Pope John's trying to do right now. Second and 10. The Lions are looking to try and turn the ball over or get a defensive stop and get the ball right back into the offensive hands. Still plenty of time in this third quarter. Second and 10. Here's a snap. Hand off to number 22, the left side. He goes right through the Pope John line and is tackled at about the 35-yard line. Number 24, Vincent Jesamaria in on the tackle. Number 22 for St. Peter's, bouncing off that defensive line for Pope John and continuing on his way. That'll bring up first down for St. Pete's. They get the ball to the 35. It's first and 10, St. Peter's. And that is the end of the third quarter. The referees pick up the ball, move it to the other side of the field. We'll take a break. We're done with 3 here at Pope John High School. It is the Pope John Lions trailing St. Peter's 20-0. Come on back for fourth quarter action after this. Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey for Pope John Lion freshman football. Mike Formersano along with you calling today's game. Thank you so much for joining us as St. Peter's leads Pope John 20-0 here in this fourth quarter. Flag on the play. It's going to be against Pope John, so we'll move the ball up 5 yards. It'll be first and 5 for the Marauders. Levin in the gun. Movement on the line again. The time it's going to be against St. Peter's. So, false start against the Marauders. And that'll push back St. Peter's to the 35. So, Pope John and St. Pete's trading penalties. First and 10 at the 35. 20-0, St. Peter's leads Pope John here. Early stages of the fourth quarter. Levin in the gun, 22 to his left. 4 receivers out there for St. Peter's. Here's a snap. Screen pass to 20. And it's behind him. It's a fumble. And the Pope John pick it up. Number 35, Tommy Walton, they're saying it's incomplete. And the pass was behind him, so. They're going to rule it an incomplete pass. But the pass was backwards to number 20. Well, whatever it is, it's ruled an incomplete pass on the field, so. Pass was backwards. It's fumble. Second and 10. Here's the snap. Hand up to 20. 20 to the left side, now at the middle. Tackled at about the 27, maybe 28-yard line. Line defenseman slow to get up. That is Carter Johnston who made the tackle. Back on his feet. That'll bring up 3rd and 6. Not for nothing. And, you can review it till the cows come home, but to me that looked like a backwards pass. And if that's a backwards pass and he can't complete it, that's a fumble. It's a live ball. Once Walton had jumped on it, it should have been Pope John ball. And if he picks it up off the ground, he can run with that all the way to the end zone. But not to be. 3rd and 6. Here's a snap. 11 looking for the end zone. He's got a man. Number 8 hits him on the seam and touchdown, St. Peter's. Well, Marauders able to add to their lead to make it 26-0. Perfect pass from 11 to number 8 on a slant. It's a 31-yard pass play to make it 26-0. Well, pending the extra point. Number 16, the place kicker setting up. 11, the quarterback will hold. Here's the snap. Placed down. The kick is up. It is good. Number 16 with the point after. That'll make the score 27-0. St. Peter's over Pope John. We'll be back right after this. Here's the kick by St. Peter's as we start up again midway through the fourth quarter. Seamus Corcoran will take it at the 26, up to the 30, now to the 35, still on his feet to the 40, and knocked out of bounds there. So good effort by Corcoran to advance the ball down the field and get Pope John to good field position. They'll start at about the 40-yard line. So 27-0, St. Peter's leading over Pope John here midway through the fourth quarter. We're glad you're with us. A beautiful weather day here at Pope John High School. Perfect fall weather. I mean, if you're looking for football weather, this is it. Hopefully it's this nice when we go down to Red Bank next Thursday, as it'll be Pope John versus the Red Bank Catholic Carries. Pass out to Walton at the 40-yard line. Takes it and advances to the 45. Tackled by number 22 for St. Peter's. So 5-yard catch and run by Tommy Walton. That'll bring up 2nd and 5. Fiore in the gun, standing in his 40, registered to his left. Dialivo in motion. Fiore drops back to pass. Has a man in Corcoran just out of his reach. Incomplete. Pass was thrown a little ahead of Corcoran. Just couldn't catch up to it. That'll bring up third down. Ball's at the 45-yard line of Pope John. Third and 5. Fiore back to pass. Fakes to Walton. Fires downfield. Looking for Johnston. Just out of his reach. Incomplete. And he draws the flag. That'll be defensive pass interference. And so Pope John will advance down the field at a first down. So Johnston on the drive there and dove for the ball. He was hit by a defensive back for St. Peter's, and that'll be good for a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. We'll see if Pope John can get on the board like they did last week late. They got a face-saving touchdown to end the St. Joe's game. And they're down to the St. Peter's 40 right now. We'll see if they can do it again. We move to the late stages of the fourth quarter. A few minutes to go. Clocks are being kept by the referees on the field. So, first and 10, Pope John. Fiore in the gun. Register to his left. Fiore fires all the way down the field, looking for a receiver. Incomplete through the hands of Seamus Corcoran as he had to look over his shoulder for that. Would have been a real tough catch. Would have been amazing if he made it. But incomplete, and that'll bring up second and 10. So Fiore going for the home run bomb there. Yalivo in motion. Fiore with the snap. Drops back the pass. Rolls to his right. He's flushed out of the pocket. Firing down the field again for Corcoran, who makes the catch and into the end zone. Waiting for the signal from the referee. They're going to say, is he out of bounds? They're going to say he was dropped at the 1-yard line. What a catch by Corcoran. And now we're going to see where they spot the ball. They spot the ball at the 1-yard line. So Fiore to Corcoran for 39 yards. And a timeout on the field by St. Peter's, who's looking to prevent Pope John from getting into the end zone at all today. So first and goal to go. Pope John at the 1. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back to Pope John High School right after this.
Andrew, let's go.
Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey for Pope John Lion freshman football. Mike Formasano here calling today's action as the Lions have the ball. First and goal on the 1 as the shadows start to set in here and the sun beginning to set here in northern New Jersey. Fiore under center. 3 men in the backfield. Moving on the line. Both sides saying it was against the other team, so we're going to wait to see what the officials say. I think it was against St. Peter's, but again, we'll wait for the official call. That was first and goal, so we're going to reset it. Fiore under center. Fakes the handoff. He throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Lions! Connor Johnston with the catch from Fiore as he had a defender draped all over him. He kind of flings it to the end zone, and Connor Johnston makes the catch. Touchdown Lions, and that'll make the score 27-6, St. Peter's. So the Lions, just like last week, save face and get points on the board and avoid the shutout. Nice pass there by Fiore, who rolled out to his left. He had 3 men in the backfield. I thought he was going to hand it off. And rolls out to his left. He had a defender all over his shoulder. He kind of flung it to Johnston, who was in the end zone. And he hauls it in for the touchdown reception. So now they go for the 2-point conversion. Fiore in the gun. Everybody moves out to the far sides. Alone in the backfield. Fiore takes the snap. Fires over to number 0. Yaz Register. Register with a second effort. Just not enough. He gets it to the 2, but that's it. So no point after for Pope John. Valiant effort, but the St. Peter's defense smothers Register before he can find the goal line. So the score being 27-6 now. St. Peter's over Pope John, and the Lions will kick back off to the Marauders late stages of the fourth quarter. Come on back to Pope John High School after this. Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta. St. Peter's leads 27-6, but the Lions now on the board. And just as the opening of the game happened where the ball fell off the tee, it happens again. So Corcoran has to reset. There's a small gust of wind, blew it off the tee. Again, please make sure to join us next Thursday, 4 p.m., Halloween afternoon football down at Red Bank. As Red Bank Catholic Carries will host the Pope John Lions. Please join us for that, 4 p.m. next Thursday. And then Thursday, November 7th at 4 p.m., the finale of the regular season for the Pope John Lions freshman football team. They'll take on Don Bosco on the road. Onside kick by Pope John, and it is smothered by the St. Peter's defensive line there. So number 34 with the recovery on that. So they will maintain possession at the 49-yard line. Good attempt by Pope John trying to get the ball right back, but not to be. 27-6 as St. Peter's leads by 3 scores. No game next week? They canceled it? Okay. So Don Bosco? Okay. All right, so I'm being told that the Lions do not have their Halloween game next week against Red Bank. That game has been canceled. So it'll just be 2 weeks from now at Don Bosco at 4 p.m. Glad I didn't drive down there. So no game next week. So it'll be the finale 2 weeks from now against Don Bosco. Number 8 with the reception there at the Pope John 45-yard line. And so that'll bring up second and short for St. Peter's. I'm kind of disappointed. I wanted to see what Red Bank was like.
Hey, watch the key. Watch the key. Watch the key. Watch the ball.
Here's a snap. Number 11 hands off to 22. 22 up the far hash mark. Number 72, Mike Morelli, throwing him down at about the 41-yard line. So just enough for a first down, however, as they spotted at the 40. So first and 10 for St. Peter's. Marauders looking for another score here late in the fourth quarter. Quarterback in the gun. Fires downfield. He has a man. Makes the catch. Number 37 with the reception. Number 18, Michael Marston with the tackle. And St. Peter's up 3 scores with a bomb of a play, and they're on the move. First and goal to go from the 10-yard line. Levin in the gun. First and goal. The market at the 6. Fires to the end zone. Intercepted! Seamus Corcoran takes it out of the hands of number 8. And that'll be a touchback. Great interception by Seamus Corcoran. And that'll bring the ball back to the 20-yard line. So number 11 for St. Peter's looking to connect with number 8. And Corcoran just ran right in front of him and snatched the ball out of his hands. First and 10 Lions at the 20. See if Pope John can make another offensive rush here. Fiore's in the shotgun. He's got 4 receivers. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Drops back to pass. Home run ball downfield. Just out of the reach of Corcoran. Incomplete. Corcoran almost there. Was almost able to get his hands on that, but just a couple of yards too far. Second and 10. Well, if you're Fiore and you're down by 3 scores, why not try that, you know? Fiore in the gun again, almost exclusively from the shotgun all game. Fiore back to pass, fires to the near sideline, looking for Johnston. Tipped away, incomplete. And a flag on the play as number 32 is draped all over Johnston. So, Pope John's going to get the pass interference penalty again called on St. Peter's. There'll be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. Lions pushing for one more score. Again, just so everyone's clear, no game next Thursday against Red Bank. Been postponed, canceled. So the next game will be 2 weeks from now, Thursday, 4 p.m., November 7th against Don Bosco. First and 10 at the 35. Fiore in the shotgun, drops back to pass, rolls to his right, firing down the field. Complete to Tommy Walton, who makes the catch. First down, Pope John. Walton's reception brings the ball all the way down to about the 32-yard line. And depending on how much time is left, Pope John is marching down the field looking for dinner. And I think that's it. I think that is the end of the game. So, referees run the clock on the field. You can just never tell how much time is left. So, the Lions end the game on a nice completion from Fiore to Tommy Walton down to the 32, but they run out of time. The final score here from Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. The St. Peter's Marauders, 27. The Pope John Lions, 6. And again, Pope John getting in trouble early in the game as St. Peter is able to build a couple of score lead in that first quarter. In fact, the Lions didn't get their hands on the ball offensively until the beginning of the second quarter. So, and when you get behind the 8 ball there like that, it's tough to come back. But they were valiant and tried to get back into the game. They got a late score in the fourth quarter, a touchdown pass from Fiore to Carter Johnston after a big connection down the sideline to Seamus Corcoran. And the point after attempt failed, and that's your final score. 27-6, St. Peter's over Pope John. So the game next Thursday at Red Bank is canceled. So the final game of the regular season for the Pope John Lions will be 2 Thursdays from now at 4 p.m. at Don Bosco High School against the Ironmen. Please join us for that. And then for varsity football, game tomorrow against St. Peter's at Cabin Point. Friday Night Lights for the varsity team. And the 11U Junior Lions squad has an exhibition game scheduled right now for November 4th against Mount Olive. More details we post on that when they come in. So for everyone here at Pope John High School, this is Mike Formisano saying thanks for joining us. Final score once again, the St. Peter's Marauders defeat the Pope John Lions 27-6. Happy Halloween to everyone next week, and we will see you in November for more Pope John freshman football.